All right, YouTube, it is Mr. Mean coming at you this fine Sunday morning. I hope everybody is doing well. It is Sunday, June 11th, 10 days until my birthday. I'll be a whopping big 56 years old. I feel great. I think I'm looking a lot better. I've lost about 30 pounds. I'm healthy. Going for a physical on my birthday, so hopefully everything there will come out fine, but I don't expect any issues. So if you want to give Mr. Mean an awesome birthday present, the best thing you could do is subscribe and like the channel. Tell your friends. If you're really feeling froggy, you could totally use my affiliate link on Drive Through RPG. I'll put a link down in the doobly doo. And if you really, really want to go the extra mile, consider subscribing to my Patreon. $5 a month gets you exclusive designator on Discord and get you into all the games I run on Discord. I don't record them because I don't have the setup totally set up, the setup totally yet. But yeah, channel's doing well. I don't even know how many subscribers we're at. I think we're at a little bit over 1,200. So thank you to everyone who has liked and subscribed. I hope you like the content. Today's video du jour is going to be more about the miniature hobby. So if you're looking for a tabletop RPG review, click on, it's not this one today. Today is miniatures. I will put it in the miniature category on YouTube so that those people that are interested in miniature stuff will see it, hopefully. As everybody knows, I've gotten into Conquest: The Last Argument of Kings. I am very ecstatic and enjoy the game very much. And I spent yesterday afternoon. We did a lot of family time yesterday, and then later in the evening, I dedicated to finishing up my Minotaurs that I had been working on. Um, if you're into Parabellum and you're down with it, don't forget to use my affiliate link, Mr. Mean Speaks. And it'll get you 10% off anything you order at Parabellum. And it makes a little bit of money for me. It doesn't cost you anything extra. In fact, it saves you 10%. But I bought the Conquest City States. I have two factions I'm really interested in: the Nords, which are Vikings, which, well, you couldn't tell. And then, of course, the City States, were basically like Grecian cybernetic. It's really Conquest is a bizarre game, man. But if you haven't checked it out, check it out. It's a really cool game. It's got a very cool mechanic, and it has a skirmish game and a rank and file game, but you use the same miniatures and the same stands, which is super cool. The gameplay is super fast. I've only played one game so far. I've done a little bit of a tester game where I was playing myself to try and learn the rules, but I've got a couple of friends here in town that are interested in it. And so I'm in a, I wouldn't say a mad dash because Mr. Mean doesn't do anything mad dash. Maybe mad, but never dash. But I'm working on my Minotaurs. You can hear there's a little bit of sprues in here and stuff. There's little extra pieces. You get a couple extra things. But I gotta say, great kit. Parabellum has been out for a couple of years now. I have their early Nords, the uh, God, I can't think of their names now. Uh, uh, I can't think of them. They're packed away in a box, my travel case for when I go to play games. Uh, but they were their early sculpts, and you can see, you can tell. This is a newer sculpt here, and wow, it's amazing. One of the downsides and or positives, depends on how you feel, is their character models. Put that back there. Their character models are resin. So when you get a little box like this, and it's a neat packaging of, it slides open and there's a resin model in here. Now I've washed this guy and I've cleaned him up a little bit to get him, and I put his head on and I put his arm on. But he came in a body. You got to do some trimming. He has a cape and a shield and a spear. But they're resin. If you don't like working with resin, avoid their character models. You can always. The nice thing with Parabellum games and Conquest is you can sub out a model for another model. So I can get a regular hoplite or a hoplite or I forgot the other one, phalangite, and I can use them as just designate him as my captain. I could put a little piece of blue tack or something on his base to say, hey, that's my leader, and it's perfectly fine. So, but I don't mind resin. I do have a respirator. It's here on the side. You can't really see it. When you're working with this stuff, you want to be super careful. You don't want to breathe in this resin dust. It's not good for your lungs. So definitely wear eye protection. I have some safety goggles that I wear. Um, and you don't need safety goggles, but they help. I wear contacts a lot now. I don't wear the glasses, but today's Sunday and I'm being lazy and I didn't feel like putting my contacts in. So safety, when you're working with resin, of course, read up all the requirements and everything. But I gotta say, I've had a lot of fun. Like I said, I spent the afternoon painting the Minotaurs. You can do them in one of two poses with double-handed weapons, where they're kind of heavy hitting, or more of a um, uh, sword and board. So you have the Minotaur Haspits, which is what you see on the cover here, which is what I made, or you can go with the Therians, which are they have two-handed weapons, which I don't think they have a picture of them. They don't. They don't have a picture of them. But here's the kit. Like I said, came with a little bit of extra plastic. Every miniature you get a card, which is your unit activation card, and it's almost like a deck building game. So when your turn comes, you're going to put your models in the order you want them activated, and then you draw from the top of your deck, and so it comes out. So very cool. I just had that up there for kind of inspiration to as I was painting. I used contrast paints on these, and of course regular Army Painter, or excuse me, Two Thin Coats Duncan Rhodes paints. Um, I am I'm going to segue into a little bit of difference here. I got a new table, as you can see. I got a sit to stand. Hopefully, you can hear this. You can see it goes up and down. Um, I have a bad back, and so this was needed. It was $300 from Flexi Spot, not sponsored. Hey, Flexi Spot, you want to sponsor me? Please do. But I love the desk. It was 200 and I think it was $230, and then all said and done, it was just under $300 with shipping. I bought it off of Amazon. Um, I'm really enjoying it. This is the 60-inch by 28-inch, so it's deep enough for me to work on and still reach everything. Um, uh, I'm gonna put a outlet strip on it. I'm gonna glue an out. In fact, I did glue an outlet strip to the back. You can't see it, but I glued an outlet strip so I can have my hair dryer and stuff. When you're painting miniatures, you want. I need a table lamp now. I got to get a lamp that sits on there. But we didn't come here to talk about how my table set up. We came here to talk about Conquest: The Last Argument of Kings and where I'm at in my painting. So speed paints by Armor Painter. I have the 1.0 ones. I only have the first like 28 or whatever. I like them a lot. There's been a lot of complaints with the reactivation. It hasn't been a problem for me. That's what the blow dryer's for. That's what a quick spray varnish is, matte varnish is for. I have a rattle can of spray matte varnish. So I just step outside, hit them with a spray varnish real quick, matte, and then I go continue painting. I've had no problems with the reactivation unless I wanted it to reactivate if I was blending some colors. But I really didn't have a need to do that on these models. So, and again, Duncan Rhodes, two thin coats, fantastic paint. You thin it, always two thin coats, just like he says in his videos, and it worked really well. I like the paints. I was not a fan of Army Painter's formula. They didn't hold up well over time. I'm a very sporadic painter. I have a 6-year-old autistic son, and I have a wife with some health issues. So my painting hobby time is precious indeed, and I can't always, excuse me, can't always get to it when I want to. And like yesterday was the stars aligned, and it was perfect time for me to sit down and paint, and I got some painting done. So I got a lot of painting done. I painted all three of these models. They basically had uh, their skin tone done and their fur painted, and that was it. They weren't even completely put together. So I finished putting them together, put their shields on, and this is what I came out with. So I wanted to show you guys. I'm sorry, I keep talking away from the mic. I don't have it attached to my lapel. Um, and what I was talking about earlier, where the skirmish models, First Blood, that the skirmish game is called First Blood. The rank and file game is called Last Argument of Kings. The miniatures are one and the same. If I wanted to use this miniature in First Blood, the skirmish game, I just take it off its base. Here's the regular base, and here is, you know, the miniature on its round base, which I think that's like a 54 millimeter base, 55. I'm not quite sure. I just used a little texture stuff. I got to do a little cleanup on it, and I varnished it with a matte varnish and then put some grass tufts on there. But um, you know, I put it on its base, and now it's ready for rank and file, and I can put a bunch of miniatures. But I don't have a light box set up or anything, so I'm hoping you guys can see this came out phenomenal. I'm very, very happy with it. I did some mithril silver and then some agrax earth or known oil on the weapon, and then you know it's got some silver on it. The gold was basically the army, or I keep saying army paint. Duncan Rhodes, two thin coats. He has, so there's a highlight, a medium, and a shade, or I got to get it right, guys. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm scatterbrained here. Um, he had he has on his paint, so you get this really cool color wheel, which is, if you don't have a color wheel, highly recommend you get one. So we have a shadow, a midtone, and a highlight, a wash, and effect paint. So I got the first set. I got the second set of Duncan Rhodes two thin coats. So it's another 64 paints, or I don't remember. Don't quote me. But the, phase two of the paints is coming. It should be here hopefully by the end of summer. But yeah, this is really awesome. I'm gonna have to up my paint rack game because I don't have enough storage. We're in the midst of buying a house, so this whole game room will change. My whole setup will change, and that was one of the other reasons for getting the the sit to stand desk. So anyway, I used the gold there and the highlight gold, and was able to. Sorry, I keep turning away from the mic. I'm used to having the mic on my lapel. I was able to get the really cool creamy. I'm gonna just put this on. Hopefully, it's gonna play nice. Yeah. So put it on. You can really see the gold on this guy. And I did their shields in gold. I didn't really want to. I wanted to do them slightly different, but I'm kind of happy how they turned out. It's almost like this bronze effect, goldish bronze effect. And I did some washes over it, but look at the armor on there. It just came out so nice. And then a little trick I seen a couple other guys do on YouTube is I just took every couple of scales and I just hit them with the glimmering gold with no varnish or anything over them. And yeah, this guy came out phenomenal. I'm very happy with the way he looks. I still have to do their eyes. They're not done. I just realized just now I didn't paint their eyes, so I'll just go in with a touch of white and then maybe a little red dot of red to give them their angry eyes. But I'm very happy with the dark skin tone that they came out with. The bases look phenomenal. I'm going to put some skulls on their bases because I've got the GW. If you're a modeler, you're a hobbyist, you got to have skulls for the Blood Throne. This is probably, bar none, one of the best accessories you can get for if you do dioramas, if you do miniatures, if you do any Games Workshop games, because you know everything's got skulls. But yeah, it works great, and you can see there's a plethora of skulls on the back there. You get all different kinds of skulls. So really good. You can build this up, and it even shows you, you know, you can do kind of layers of skulls. You can go nuts. I highly recommend this. It's like $30. Your local hobby store should have it. And this is the last one. So this is a pack of 3 Minotaurs, and hopefully that comes out okay and you can see it. But again, I really like the bronze, goldy bronze, whatever you want to call it, on his shield, and then the highlights I did on the scales. So this is my Minotaurs. He's got the darker armor. It just came out really good, really well. I saw a couple of paintings where people did. You can see his skin there came out really nice, or his fur. And I was just kind of dry brushing. Um, I just think they came out really sharp. They look really cool. I can't wait to put them. The leather, that shoulder pad Came out so well. I don't know if it'll focus there, but you can see it. It looks like really rough, worn leather over his shoulder guard. And like I said, picking out a couple of those gold or bronze scales on his armor was just fantastic. So that's all three of them. I saw a couple of posts or pictures where they did the horns kind of white. I didn't like that. I kind of wanted everything to be dark, and have it, you know, kind of blend in and match the model. And I thought the white horns or the ivory horns would really take away. So I did highlight them up a little bit, so they are a lighter color. I don't know, maybe you can see it. Yeah, you can see it from the back there a little bit better. I think they look better, and of course I put the gold bronze ring on his horn. And this guy has a brass ring in his nose, but it's kind of hard to see. I think you can kind of get it there. And the grass tufts, I might put a few more grass tufts on here, just to make them pop a little bit more. And like I said, I'm going to put a couple skulls. I've got to paint those skulls separately. I can paint them on the base, and then I'm going to texture paint over the base. So they're not quite done yet, but that's table ready right there. I can play a game with those. They are ready to hit the battlefield. And that's the neat thing about Conquest, Last Argument of Kings, and First Blood. It doesn't take a lot of effort. So next up on the painting table is going to be the city-state hoplites. And I believe I'm going to do them as phalangites. The phalangites have the spears. And what's nice about that is if you have the spears, the back rank can attack as well. Whereas if you just have them as swordsmen, you know, they're great for attacking and everything, but you just get some basic numbers for having the rear soldiers. Whereas if you have the spears, the back rank can attack, and it doubles your attacks and everything. So awesome kit as well. Very well done. This is one of their newer kits, so the models are a lot tighter, as you can see on the sprue. I'm going to hold it up like that so you can kind of see it. The casting quality is just out of the park. And so what you get, again, you get a normal 32 millimeter base for each individual model, and then you get a larger base with 4 inserts in it. I still got paint on me from yesterday. That you can put your models in to make a squad, basically, or a unit. And then so 3 tiles of these would be 12. Everything's in ranks of 12. You can see on the front, 1, 2, 3. So 4, 3 times 4 is 12. And then a leader, you would take one of the models off and make him a sergeant. Or you don't even take it off. It comes that way. There's 11 regular troopers and 1 model, which is this guy in the front. That would be your leader. Now, what I can do is I can replace one of these models with my pole mark. Where did it go? Yeah, with my pole mark, and now I have my general. Or I can put an extra unit base, right? Put the pole mark on here, and then put 3 phalangites with him, and that's a separate unit with his like entourage or his retinue. So there's a lot of options you can do. They Parabellum is now selling that 4-slotted base, unit base with magnets already. So you just put the magnet, glue the magnets in, and you try to do it. I tried to do it with some magnets that I have. These are slightly thicker magnets that I bought off of Amazon. They're rare earth magnets. They do work, but it's wobbly, and it just annoys me. So I took it off. I'm going to have to try and remove the magnet, which it's too late now because I've already got the miniature on the base, and that's not going to play nice. So that is the Minotaurs. If you're interested in Conquest, The Last Argument of Kings, or First Blood, same game, same mechanics, by the way. Make that very clear. Same mechanics for either game. Very fast, plays really well. You're chucking lots of dice. I did get the City States D6s. They have their logo on there and everything. Super cool. Off of Parabellum's website. They sell everything you need. Use my affiliate code, Mr. Mean Speaks. You get 10% off. You help the channel out. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed this little peek at my city states. I'm going to be picking up some Nords Huskarls. That's what the Nords. I have a unit of Huskarls. They're all put together. They are not painted. I'm going to buy some more Huskarls because I want 2 skirmish forces or first blood teams, and I want to be able to place, because I want to take it down to the local game store and let people choose one side, and then I choose the other, and then we'll get a battle in. I'm really enamored with the game. I hope my enthusiasm and excitement is coming through. And you see, the miniatures are awesome looking. They have some of the best giants in the industry. The Jotnars, the Mountain Jotnar, the Frost Jotnar, the Sea Jotnar. The city states have their guys. Some of these models are amazing. They run about $135, I think, for the giants on average. I think the Mountain Jotnar is a little cheaper. He was the first sculpt to come out, so he's got a lot of gaps. If you check YouTube, you'll see some videos where they put them together, and it's okay. I mean, and it's nothing a little green stuff or a milliput won't fix, or even some super glue, extra modeling glue, and you file it down. There's little tricks. I'm going to set my camera up on this, and I'm hoping that when I do the pull marks, or excuse me, the hoplites, that you'll be able to see me. What I'll probably do is record it and then cut it down and then just voiceover. I might even do a live stream where I paint. I know my friend Mike of Mike and Jeff on Facebook do a stream where they record while they're painting a little bit, and they do like an hour stream. So who knows, maybe I'll get an invite to do that as well once I get my setup all set up. But I have the rig to set up my camera. I just need to set it all up and get it going. So as always, thank you so much. I know this is a little fast, and I apologize, but my wife is coming home with groceries, and so I have to go help her. But I wanted to show off what I got painted. I'm pretty excited. I'm going to start working on the hoplites today. I'm also going to probably break out my Huskarls, get the airbrush. Once I get the hoplites put together and I'm ready to airbrush base coat everything, I'll get the Huskarls out, and I'll base coat those guys as well with the airbrush. So I just do one step of airbrushing and then put my airbrush away. Let me know if you guys want to see more miniature stuff. If you have any questions or comments, please leave a comment. Feed the algorithm for YouTube. We're a struggling little YouTube channel, and everything helps. And to get these videos played more and out to more people, you have to interact with your audience. That's what YouTube wants. So we have to feed the algorithm. So put a comment. If you hated it, hey, that's fine. Just don't hit the thumbs down. Say why you hate it. You don't prefer the talking head. My beard is ugly. Whatever. I read all the comments. If you like it, let me know, man. If you want to see more content on Conquest, The Last Argument of Kings, or First Blood, let me know. I'm more into the First Blood side of it. I like the skirmish aspect of miniature gaming, but I've watched a lot of battle reports for Play on Tabletop, so a shout out to them. If you haven't checked out their channel, please go do. They're a huge channel. They do a lot of 40K stuff. I'm not big on 40K, but I'm big on Conquest, and they show a lot of Conquest content. So go check it out if you want to see that, battle reports and stuff like that. Do you like the new table? I mean, I'm telling you, it's awesome. It made working in this hobby space so much better. I was able, when my back started bothering me, I was able to stand up and work. It was awesome. So I have 2 sit-to-stands. This rig right here that I'm recording on is a sit-to-stand, but it's a much smaller desk. This is my computer desk. Sometimes I work from home. I plug my laptop in right here. So that kind of thing. So, but that's my hobby space, 60 inches of hobbying goodness. I've got most of my tools up there. I'm happy with it. Let me know if you want to see more content like this, guys. It really, let's grease the YouTube algorithm. Comment, give me a thumbs up. Let me know. I'd like to do more of it. Like I said, if you want to see me put the hoplites together, or at least base coat them and get some paint down on them, let me know. Sorry, my kid is going nuts. He's playing in the house. So as always, thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe. Patreon, Drive-Thru RPG. Use my discount code for Parabellum. It saves you 10%. Puts a little money in my pocket. Helps me feed these armies and get some more miniatures, because I need more. I don't have enough. So anyway, thank you so much. Peace, love, and happiness. As always, Mr. Mean says, be nice. And let me make sure I got everything going here. I want to thank you so much again. And as always, be nice.